With tomorrow being the official start of the 2014 Atlantic hurricane season, the importance of preparedness is being stressed to Vincentians. Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, who is the chairman of the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, says responsible government they have found it extremely important to report to Vincentians on the readiness of SVG's disaster management, response systems, and capabilities for the 2014 hurricane season. Dr. Gonsalves says predictions indicate the activities for the season will be below average. However, persons must not take this for granted.
I want to quote from their predictions for this year's hurricane season. This is what this group, headed by Professor Gray from Colorado State University, has said. Quote, "It is anticipated that the 2014 Atlantic Basin hurricane season will have below average activity compared with the climatology recorded from 1981 to 2010. It appears quite likely that an El Nino of at least moderate strength will develop this summer and fall, that is to say, between now until October. We anticipate a below average probability for major hurricanes making landfall along the United States coastline and in the Caribbean."
Dr. Gonsalves also reminds persons, especially those living in coastal regions, that it only takes one hurricane making landfall to cause widespread devastation, and that they must be on their guard at all times.
They are reminded to prepare the same for every season, regardless of how much or how little activity is predicted. If you are in Byra, Goss, Monbentic, Sandy Bay, Darkview, Chateaubelair, wherever you may be, it only takes one hurricane, only takes one storm. And if you are inland, it only takes one set of heavy rains and landslides to cause death, damage, and destruction. So we have to be prepared.
Child's Month 2014 wrapped up yesterday with a prayer session and award ceremony at the Curriculum Development Unit. The event was hosted by the Ministry of Education in conjunction with the sponsors for the month-long activities. Addressing the gathering, representative of sponsor KFC, Michael Finley, says teachers have a great responsibility to mold the young minds they interact with daily and build their characters.
You know, ages ago, the village brought the child up. I'm told this doesn't happen anymore. And this has bred intolerance, one of the things that we are trying to eliminate in our society. It is therefore imperative that you as teachers who have been trained learn very well to do this. And as teachers, you are to guide the parents when you come in contact with them, either individually or at parent-teachers meeting. We have to make this world a beautiful place for our children.
Senior Education Officer Gwyneth Cambridge called on various church leaders to take time out of their sermons at least once a month to lift the nation's children up before God.
Remember, if they fail, it means we as a people and the spirits have failed as well. Thank you for your support, and God's willing, we look forward for even greater support. Don't wait for us, Pastor Daniel, Monsignor Stewart, the other pastors in the house. Don't wait for us to call you. You call us and say, "Mrs. Cambridge, what do you have going on? Is there anything I can do?" So that people are very much aware of the importance of God.
Child's Month 2014 was held under the theme Tolerance Today for a Violence-Free Tomorrow, with the slogan, "Let Peace Begin with Me." As the government gets ready to commence its distribution of laptops to secondary and tertiary students across the country, those who will receive the devices are being urged to take good care of them. Recently, some of the students who will benefit from the government's One Laptop Per Child initiative were interviewed on the benefits they anticipate from receiving their own laptops. Here's some of what they had to say.
My name is Iwansi Arundel and I'm a fruit farm student. I would advise other students to take care of the laptop first and foremost, and I would advise parents that they will supervise their children while using the laptop at home, and I would advise teachers to use the laptop more regularly in their classes.
My name is Lakeisha Hai. I'm in Form 2. I'll take care of my laptop by keeping it out of the reach of children, and I'd avoid eating and or drinking around my laptop.
My name is Grant Leah Kane. I'm in Form 3 and I attend the intermediate high school. I intend to use my laptop for very positive purposes like researching my homework, reconnecting with friends overseas, and listening to occasional music and doing my projects.
My name is Renisa Henry. I'm in Form 2 and I attend the St. Joseph's Convent, Kingston. As a student, I think this is an excellent program because it helps other students that are lack in their studies to go and research more what they don't understand.
My name is Giovanni Cyrus and I attend the Chumoko Ontario Secondary School in Form 3. I have heard about the One Laptop Per Student initiative on the news.
Adequate security is in place on the water in Mairo and the other Grenadine islands. This assurance was given by Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Ralph Gonsalves in Parliament on Thursday when he was asked by the parliamentary representative for the Southern Grenadines, Terence Oliver, on the absence of a patrol boat in the area. Dr. Gonsalves told the MP that regular patrols are being done with the use of one of 2 vessels donated to the Coast Guard under the United States Secured Seas program, and that the security personnel in Mairo are also getting the assistance from the patrol boats used in the Tobago Keys.
The fiberglass got a split, and it is very expensive. Anybody who knows about boats, that repairing these fiberglass boats, when you see they are deteriorating, I am told it's a nightmare. If not a nightmare, the problem, and it costs a lot. So what we do, we provide the security through other means. There are a few boats out at the Coast Guard base. We are waiting to use 1 or 2 of them, which the police have seized, but they're the subject of criminal processes. But if and when, as is likely when, we get them under the law, we seize them under the law, we will put them to the use.
All is set to be in place for tonight's staging of one of the most anticipated shows for Vincy Mas 2014, the Miss SVG pageant. The show will kick off from 8 p.m. at the Carnival City Victoria Park and will see 8 young ladies competing for the coveted title of Miss SVG. They are Celis Blair, Miss Metrosin General Insurance Company; Jamila Neverson, Miss Lotto; Carla Jelliso, Miss Musty Company Limited; Vanika Hope, Miss Super 6; Shaquel Bob, Miss Agriculture Input Warehouse; Shadisha George, Miss Lime; Tatiana Lesper, Miss Beckway Beach Hotel; and Felicia Batiste, Miss Imperial Optical. The 8 contestants will compete in swimwear, talent, evening gown, and interview, with the winner of the show going on to represent SVG in the Miss Caraval pageant slated for July 4th. Following tonight's show, Carnival revelers are expected to return to the Victoria Park tomorrow for another major event, Soca Swing, dubbed the Big People Party. The show will feature a string of local acts as well as Mr. Killer of Grenada and Farmer Nappy of Trinidad and Tobago.